After going to visit the Kiosid, Mallory, she asked if you had questions. In exchange, I can't actually remember what she asked for in exchange at this point. It's been a while.
Me.
Oh, yeah.
It was me. I remember that part.
Yeah, but I think the consensus was that she couldn't keep you right now.
Yeah. Was it something to do with getting someone else?
Yes, it was.
I can't
You
remember.
promised her Genevieve. No, it wasn't Genevieve, it was Eulery. You promised her Eulery. One of the
We promised Genevieve to the Shadow Sisters.
yes. And you promised Eulery to the Kiosid. Basically promising them each one of the daughters of Cacophony. Because she doesn't have one in her collection yet, so. But yeah. So you are all sat around Mallory, well, technically Anik's table. Anik is watching from the doorway as you're all sat around with Mallory. And she is waiting for your questions.
Sorry, parents will probably keep interrupting because they're leaving tonight, so they keep
It's
telling
okay.
me what to do and not to do. Zane's first question will be about how many of them on this list are children and adults. We know a few, like Genevieve and stuff like that, but with ones like this Marcus Hartley, I don't think we've had much mention of him and people
So
like
you're
that.
looking for more information on the other names on the list.
Yeah, the ones that we don't know much about or haven't encountered. Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of ones you're asking about, she tells you when you ask about Marcus that he is dead.
Okay. I need to
True
make
death,
more
done,
notes.
gone. Not a vampire. Um, what are their names?
I don't think we've mentioned about Clara. Or have we? No.
Not much. Clara has been encountered by the group,
But we haven't had
though
too much
no
to
one
do with.
spoke to her. Um, who encountered her? It was Lillian. She didn't meet her up close, but Lillian saw her feeding outside the hotel. She kind of looks at you and kind of goes, Clara is the sister of Genevieve. Both turned together. Once performers in France come here to put on a show and got snatched.
Goody James, I don't recognize that name as well, so I ask about her next. About this.
Goody is one of them. She is one of the daughters. But she is a very reclusive one. Doesn't really leave the nest too often.
Mm-hmm. We know about Victoria, so we'll skip her. Say that
Yes,
name.
you know about Victoria.
I hope I know about Victoria. So Zane will look at that name and be like, I don't need to ask any questions about her. I've got her to ask questions too. Samson North. I'm curious about Samson North.
Wait. Before we get past Goody,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Goody implies that they're married. Or is this the wrong kind of Goody?
No, she was married.
Ah! So it's Good Wife. Or unless her name's Goody, and then she's Goody Goody.
I believe she was named Goody.
Ah, she's Goody Goody. Alrighty, that's all I needed to know. That wasn't even really a question. That's just me fucking around.
That was a fantastic question.
He's also from Scotland, though, which I believe it has a different meaning to your
I'm not gonna do a Scottish accent.
American ones. So Samson North was the other one.
Yes.
He was kindred before he went missing. Not Newturn at that. But he was in the city making some name for himself as a business owner of a bar. And then one night he stopped showing up to said bar. Haven't been able to track him since. But I don't think he's dead.
How do you know he's not dead if you've not been able to track him?
He just kind of smirks at you. Well, he's one of my collection.
Ah, interesting.
And a Giovanni at that.
How'd you do that?
What, bind a Giovanni?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have one.
No, I said how. You know what? No, question for another time. Tricky fuckers. On that end, though, if he's not dead, he's probably withdraws.
Sorry, what was that?
If he's not dead, he's had to have suffered withdrawals.
Oh,
If
definitely.
he's bloodbound to you, which makes him either incredibly dangerous or incredibly crazy at this point in time.
The fact he's not showed up is interesting. I'm curious to see what state he's in when I finally do find him.
Do you think you'll find him?
I've been having your sneaky friend behind you walk into him. Kind of points at Anik.
And no look so far.
I imagine if we come across him, you would like us to let you know.
Oh yes, I'd like my property returned, unless he's too far gone and tries to kill you.
Oh yes, all
Point.
agreements are annulled by self-defense after all.
At that point, he's just a defective toy.
Often the most fun, though, stick them in a hole and watch them go at each other.
But Samson is one of mine.
Is there any
He
others? Oh, sorry. I didn't know he was going to continue speaking.
None of the others on the list are mine. There
That was
are
the
other kindred, though.
What? Who are the other kindred then?
Henry Gauche, Ingrid Lane, and Danielle Harrow.
Who was the last one you said? Sorry.
Danielle Harrow.
Thank you.
They are kindred. And of interest to you, they are of particular persuasions. Danielle is a toreador artist. Henry is a Malkavian. Ingrid is probably the most interesting one because she doesn't really fit their hunting demographic. She's a Ravenos. So for her to go missing, it's not too concerning. Either she left town because she stayed too long, or she's burnt up in a warehouse somewhere.
So there's a chance that she's not linked in with this at all.
Possibly. She is a Ravenos. They do tend to spontaneously combust.
Sorry, I don't know why I found that so funny.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it's fact.
If Ravenos stay in one place too long, they do just spontaneously combust.
We're just gonna walk somewhere now and just see someone combusting, and we're like, oh, there they go.
So, those are your three kindred. Any one of them going missing is not really too concerning. Though Danielle and Henry both fit the preference of your mad scientist.
Do we know the preference?
Yeah, you do. When you first met the other guys, they were asking for Toreadors, Malkavians, and they said they'd settle for a Bruja,
Yeah.
but they didn't particularly. They would prefer Toreador Malkavian, which is why they kind of honed in on Kaz originally.
Yeah.
So yes, those two fit his hunting preference. So there is a chance he did snatch them, but there's also a chance they just went off the grid. It is not uncommon for kindred to up and hide or leave territories when they're dissatisfied with things. And many kindred, there is a growing unease in the Elysium when some of our own are going missing, when child vampires start appearing.
Something's obviously not right.
Something's obviously wrong, yes. And kindred, most of them at least, are not stupid creatures. I've met some very stupid kindred, do not get me wrong, but their instinct of self-preservation tends to be a bit sharper than the others. Anyone else on the list?
I'm just looking at the rest of them. Have we talked about the? Oh, I can't say her name. Alulai Faye. Have you
Yuri.
yet?
Yuri.
We've mentioned.
That's the one that.
That's the one that they
We've
want.
mentioned her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because
She's.
I didn't know what her name was.
Yuri is one of the first three. successes. Genevieve, Clara, and Unary were the first 3 successes in his experiment. Essentially, the first of their new bloodline, which is what makes them so interesting. Well, anything else?
In what way are they interesting?
They're the progenitors of a new bloodline of kindred. Do you know how rarely that happens? Not just bloodlines forming together to create a new clan, but an entirely new bloodline that passes itself indistinct. That is a rare occurrence amongst our kind. It may have been created by combining the talents of other clans, but it has made something unique in the end.
Which is also what makes them incredibly dangerous.
Of
Especially since they're
course,
operating out of Camarillan control.
of
Which,
course it does. That
Camarilla
just make
finds out.
that just makes them even more interesting, dear. The fact that he would go this far. I guess the old Malkavian's finally lost his mind. Truly lost it, that is. But he's created something rather fun in the process. Given what they can do and all.
Are we aware of what they can do exactly?
You don't know the full extent of what they can do. You've had some encounters with it. You know that it made you, when you heard it before, it made you want to flee. When you heard them singing.
I'm gonna
We'll
mention that
state.
to her about the fleeing to see what she says about that.
Sorry, go on, Wolf.
Any scientist worth their salt would know that long-term results are nothing, that short-term results are nothing in the face of a long-term experiment.
Hmm. And that would be true. If the 3 girls, the first, hadn't turned others into their ilk. They are parent and childer.
You miss what I'm saying.
Hmm.
The issue isn't whether or not they're kindred. The issue is whether or not their existence is a stable one. They're experiment lab rats. They're
They
hardly
are.
kindred by debate.
But I
Blood,
doubt.
yes.
Quite a lot.
Mine, no. The ones I've met don't even really know what they are.
Oh, the children.
The children are a problem.
Oh,
One
definitely.
that I think you can agree with me requires a little bit of.
No, that was it. You didn't promise Genevieve to the shadows. You promised Amelia, the little girl.
Oh, yeah.
You promised her to the Sabbat, not Genevieve. Genevieve's fair game. I doubt this is his only grouping, though.
Science requires repetition.
Mm-hmm. He is a very smart man. He is very good at what he does. Last time I met him was in Venice. Long time ago. What were you saying, Zane?
I was talking about how they made us want to flee and about the powers. What else can they do except for that?
Oh, the wonderful little things. You see, their voice is their power. That's what they do. A new discipline has formed through the combination of different aspects of different clans. So, when they sing, their voice does not just pierce your ears, it goes to your very soul. And, well, depending on what they do, they could mesmerize you, make you terrified. They could drive you mad, even cause you harm. They could change how you think, make anyone who hears it deranged, or call you to them with a sweet tune. It is new, formed recently because of the combination of Malkavian and Toreador bloodlines. That's why they want them, to further refine it.
I'm assuming there's no way to counter this if we are going to find more of these.
It's like any other discipline, really. It says, from what I know, it cannot be recorded and reused that way. And if you are strong of mind, you can resist their effects. It is like most disciplines. There's always a workaround.
Music is nothing, Zane, to the tone deaf. Just look at Kaz.
You good, Leigh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
You good?
Yeah, just had to mute myself for a bit because Olympics are on.
Ah. Um, tone deaf, maybe, but their effects can still affect the deaf, funnily enough.
really?
Oh, yes.
This is not music of voice.
It's going to the soul.
Yes.
Mention that. Yes.
No!
I understand. What?
We don't have souls, darling. It's got nothing to do with the soul.
Oh, no, but,
She was
It's got to
you know,
do with the
about
beast.
souls.
yeah, it is to do with the beast. For us. But for humans, very much the
Do
soul.
with soul. So that's how I'm assuming they get more humans. They use this power to call them in.
Such tragic little existences. Born and bred to be weapons.
Oh, yes.
What a
Couldn't that be said for a lot of us,
human
though?
concept. What was that, Gaz?
Couldn't that be said for a lot of us, though?
I was not born and bred for a weapon. I was born and bred as a wild beast. Although I fought in my share of wars, I was not bred for them. No.
Did any of you have any other questions?
I was gonna ask, you've already mentioned that Clara is the sister of Genevieve, but is there any more who are blood related to each other?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And I'm aware of quite a lot. Are there any other names on the list you want to ask about?
Let me just quickly check. Have we mentioned about Nora?
Nora, simple barmaid, went missing a few weeks ago. Only just reported missing recently.
So she was a simple barmaid. Wasn't there another one to do with a bar? Wasn't that Samson? Do they have anything related to do with the bar, or is it separate then?
She did work at Samson's bar on occasion. She kind of hopped between different bars for different shifts, whichever one could give her the money.
The bar. Is it a haven?
It was Samson's haven, yes.
And Samson belonged to you, yes?
Yes.
Then you wouldn't
Um,
mind us having a little bit of a look-see inside it, would you?
You have my permission to poke around.
Wonderful.
We will definitely be doing that. It could give us some more clues.
Well,
Especially
the
since
bar was his place of work. If you wish for his haven, it is underneath the bar, in the tunnels beneath that were used for transporting goods.
There's a lot of things in those tunnels.
It's not connected to the main system anymore. This is a tunnel much older.
We'll have a little look-see.
Rats can chew through walls just as easily as anything else.
And there are so many rats in this city.
BRB a sec, guys.
Hey.
Need the bathroom and that.
Righto.
what if the Olympics are on, Leigh?
I don't know which one. It looks like it's hurdles. Women's hurdles.
It's the athletics.
Oh,
I was just
steeplechase.
mostly watching the gymnastics, but that's finished now.
The best thing about the Olympics is Snoop Dogg. Best damn mascot our
Snoop
country
Dogg.
has ever
Oh,
fucking
when he
had.
was at the horse riding one, and he was in the full
Dressage.
horse gear. He loves the Olympics. I never knew that until this
Do
Olympics.
you know? Did
when
you know he got a? Do you know he got a royal pardon in Britain once?
Yeah.
Because he landed and they immediately arrested him. Because weed's illegal in the UK. So they immediately fucking arrested him without him
Because-
actually having any on him because he's the spokesperson. And the Queen, he got a pardon from the Queen herself, and he got to meet her.
My God, that's iconic. Not many people will be able to do that.
Yeah, so he often says that the Queen's his homie. Because they apparently got on well. He's also friends with fucking Martha Stewart of all people. And this is something that I like about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg fights racism with kindness.
Oh,
Because
no.
Martha Stewart was known to be a pretty racy individual.
Have you seen the photo
Um,
that went around with that? Where
oh, which one?
people were showing like photos of him with Martha Stewart, and they were like, "Yeah, and guess which one of us two has served the most time in jail?"
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Snoop Dogg's just a blessed. Also, man's in quite a few horror movies as well. Because he's in Bones. He's the bad guy in Bones. And then he's in it's a fucking vampire movie that was released on Netflix, and he actually quotes Lost Boys in that. Only issue about New York is all these motherfucking vampires. Which is a quote from Lost Boys, which is, I love Santa Carlita, but the only issue is all these goddamn vampires. If you've never seen Lost Boys, you need to watch it. It's great.
There's a lot of movies that I haven't had the pleasure of watching.
We're back.
Yes.
Do you have a character idea for Pyramid City?
I'm going with the fucking dancing ninja.
Is it a disco ninja or a ballet ninja?
Or is it just all
disco? It's a bit of disco, a bit of hip hop.
I just imagine that it's this 80s kung fu movie star looking character.
Massive afro underneath the ninja mask, just poof every time. No, I can't have another character with crazy hair. I've already done that one.
crazy clothes?
I think somewhere deep down somewhere, I'm gonna need to look over this week. I'm pretty sure I made art of the dancing ninja somewhere back when I first made him. So I'm gonna need to have a little scoop around to see if I can find it and that, so I can show you a very nice picture of me, of my character from about.
This is funny that we're introducing you in the same fucking storyline where I've introduced King Bordeaux, which is a board game villain.
It's also funny
We're getting
that you're doing
campy up in here.
It's also funny that you're doing the disco type character while we're being drove to the thing. We're having to suffer through like 14 repetitions of Dancing Queen.
Honor Guard's got taste.
16.
Honor, baby.
16.
16 by this point, yeah.
And then Nora, Shale's just there like, hey, I'm just going to mute and read. She can't hear anyone else, but like...
Stuff.
At least you can't hear Dancing Queen on repeat.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it could be considered practice for mental stuff.
Torture.
Yeah, mental torture.
See, this is the thing. It's also a kind of practice for Shale to see how long she can sustain that spell.
True.
So what you're saying is we need to break her concentration.
But yeah. Is everyone here?
Yes.
So, looks at you all. Any more questions?
I'm done with my questions. If anyone else has got questions, feel free to ask.
I can't think of any.
There
Anyone
are
else?
some very obvious questions you haven't asked. But I'll let you figure that out on your own.
Are we free to come back at any point if we think of more questions?
You will need to bring something else to trade. She's looking directly at you, Zane.
We'll find something, and no, not me.
I never had a Nosferatu that wasn't good at information gathering before.
You'll be surprised there's a lot of things they're not good at.
That is true.
Well,
actually.
usually the information gathering's their whole stick, so
Relatively
I
speaking,
immediately
I think you
failed with you, didn't I? I just got a pair of eyes in my face, and I was like, oh no.
to be fair, you can't hide from me even if you wanted to. Not many people can.
That makes me feel slightly better.
It's not about the hiding. It's about the running.
It's about the sport of the hunt.
Exactly. You've got to make it fun. If you don't make it fun, then what's the point? Cry in a corner.
True, true. You would very well get along with I always forget his name. Charles? Arthur, that was it. I knew it was
Oh,
something
we've met
pointless.
him.
Yes, yes.
I don't tend to get along a lot with my fellow gangrel brothers, especially city gangrels, but it is what it is.
He's a very old gangrel.
Yes, but you know what they say. Old dogs can't learn new tricks. That's
Hmm.
why we're always going through midlife crises. Crises? Crisis.
Do the rest of you have any other
Anyway,
questions?
I'm going to take that silence as a no, because I don't have another question.
Yes, I had none that come to mind.
You points to Lillian. Port Stitcher. Do you have any questions?
Nothing off the top of my head. I apologize.
Thought a Tazim would be more curious.
Just more schemy.
Hmm.
We also know
I do
what
have a
questions.
Tazim in my collection, you know.
We also know what questions tend to get us.
This is a question and answer session purchased by bringing me Ullery.
Yes, and we've yet to see the outcome of what happens from that.
What, bringing me Ullery?
Well, I mean, I guess we could ask the basic question is, do you know where they are right now? But I believe you had said earlier that you don't.
I don't know their exact location, no.
But you know, a vague location.
Vague is the word.
Vague is still better
Oh,
than
vague,
what
vague,
we
vague.
have.
Vague.
Vaguest.
You'll have to travel out of the city centre. It
Oh
is
no. Get away from urbanization. Woe is me.
it is further out towards Didsbury.
I did have an idea that they wouldn't be in the middle of everything.
Tunnels run from here far out, all across. Manchester. Their tunnels don't run all the way to Didsbury, but it gets them most of the way there.
All right.
So, a vague location, Didsbury.
Well, at least we know the right direction to look now.
I really must get back in touch with Adam. I need to pay him a visit soon. He'll be getting antsy without his dose.
Friend of yours.
Hmm.
A
Oh,
friend of yours.
he's my pet dragon. As you know, they don't like to leave their dens. So I have to go to him.
Anybody have any other questions?
So none that come to mind.
Then I think we shall depart. Zane, thank the lady.
It's been a pleasure to see you again.
If you have more questions, come back and trade.
We will.
Perhaps we'll come to a more beneficial arrangement next time.
Bon voyage.
Goodbye.
Wolf will guide the others out.
Anik just watches you all leave from the doorway.
Wolf will give a little bow to Anik. Meet her eyes.
You must want something special.
Make the deal? Yeah.
Hope it's worth it.
And Wolf will turn around, very much lavishly with his coat going behind him.
Onwards! I've got a friend to meet.
Oh, okay.
Pal of mine by the name of Chippy. I'm gonna hang in the air as I wait for you all to say who's Chippy, by the way.
I just imagine while you're just floating there waiting for any of us to ask that, we're all just loading onto the cart. Well, into the carriage.
More or less.
Wolf to himself is just like,
Chippy, chippy, chopper, chopper, doobie, doobie, dabba, dabba, magical me, doobie, doobie, bum, 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 bum.
as he loads the carriage.
That was interesting.
I feel like that's
Guess
a
what else is
reference.
interesting? Oh, go on, Gaz.
I feel like that's a reference none of you are going to get until some years later.
Guess what else is interesting?
Go on.
You gotta say what's interesting, Wolf.
Well, you said it for us.
Indeed.
I'm not gonna say it. No, you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself. Y'all just. Here I am! trying to relay information to my dear friend. And they're being absolute assholes about it. I even saved Zane's life. I think it was me, anyways. I don't really
Well-
remember who made the option, but I think
No,
it was
you. It was you. It was Wolf.
Sorry if we're
Okay.
not going along with the certain things that you're trying to set up here, but I think a lot of our brain power is trying to go towards deciding a location aside from the vague one we were just pointed at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what? The what? The info. You know what? No. No, I'm going to let you all guess, and then we're going to encounter it, and I'm going to say, I knew the entire time, and you all would have known too if you had just asked me, what's up, Wolf? But no, nope, nope.
I feel like this is his way of trying to win no matter what.
I do win no
Well,
matter
we-
what. You all are going to die far before I do.
Immortal until proven otherwise.
No, sweetheart, I'm just smarter than all of you.
Like any of us could quite literally say, yeah, we're going to keep it to ourselves until we find a place and then be like, aha, there we go, I knew it all along. But how do we know?
You know, because I'm saying that I know right now.
Yes, I could say that I know right now, but don't.
That's because you're a Malkavian. You don't know. Or you do know, but you don't. Anyways, what's the time?
I'll be about 1 a.m.
Y'all want to go to a pub?
I could go for a drink.
Cute. Not what I'm meaning. I'm talking about, what's his name?
About
Zane.
Samson.
Thank you. Look at Zane. Over there, being all secretary-esque. You do you, buddy. You do you. But yes, to Samson's pub.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good idea.
Thank you. I have many good ideas.
No, you didn't ask.
Where's Samson's pub?
Oh yeah, we did not. Oh fuck's sake! I got so excited about Samson's pub.
So,
I did ask
Zane.
where it was.
Zane, where's the pub?
Let's go on a walk, everyone.
Out of
Where's the pub,
curiosity, given that
Zane?
pub and all that kind of thing kind of falls under the nightlife situation that my character's all about.
Yeah, I'll let you roll something. Not me sure.
Yeah, I was about to say it's been a hot minute since we've done any of this. I'm gonna have to remember what's that and then what to roll.
Zane forgot to ask questions.
Wits plus streetwise.
So wits is +2, streetwise is.
I'm disappointed in myself for that one.
No,
It's
if you
alright,
can't
I'm
find it
disappointed in you
correctly, we
too.
could probably find it notarized somewhere.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
crown my monkey tonight.
Lillian, did you know that I'm technically a notary? I've got a stamp and everything.
Plus
Huh.
hunger 1.
I'm a medical official too. I've got a
That's a
license.
success.
It's up to date. I've been to college 35 times, medical universities 50.
So
Well
I was
versed.
even a professor at 3 of them.
while that conversation's going on, you're thinking cars, and you're like, I think you may have an idea which club it is. You never really perform there yourself, but you've heard of other performers going there.
Because I do clubs, not pubs, but I hear about pubs.
It is the Sticky Wicket in Stevenson Square.
Dicky Wiki.
You fucking what?
Sticky Wicky.
Does that mean to you guys what it means to us?
It's a cricket term.
Because a sticky wicket means a dick.
On one hand, it's a cricket term. On the other hand, have you seen the names of British pubs?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
true.
actually, I have,
We'll
and
have
they all
coffee
were
then.
dick names, weren't they?
Yes.
But that's because there's a lot of British locations that just have the word cock in it, like
But here it
Cockspur.
doesn't mean a dick, it just means a difficult or problematic situation.
So it
Oh,
is.
so a dick.
It's a shame the owner wasn't named Richard.
So,
Anyways,
the sticky wicket.
Lol.
You know where it is. It's off Stevenson Square. It gets decent amount of traffic.
I know whereabouts it is. It's just off Stevenson Square.
good. Thank you for being useful.
I'm always
Thank the
useful.
Lord for that.
You all come and go as you please.
So, John will start driving you all to the sticky wicket.
Ah, lovely.
You know, when I was younger, when I was but a wee lad, I was a wee lad. That was the story.
Oh, lovely story.
I was waiting for it to be a setup for something.
Also, I ate my parents.
Your actual
Take a
parents
whole
or
week.
your...
I'll leave you guessing.
I'm assuming
Sometimes you
the
just gotta kill
former.
people. And sometimes those people end up being related to you. It's alright.
Especially given we all know what happens if a vampire eats a vampire.
Diablo!
Yep, and so it tells me you haven't gone through that, so...
Ah.
Is it bad that imagining out of character his eyes just go freaking bug-eyed whenever he laughs like that?
Just go
Yeah.
out opposite directions, bulge out.
You all remember Wolf can do that. He can turn his eyes in like different directions.
Yeah.
I just imagine if this was animated with the rest of it had like proper fluid animation. Meanwhile, Wolf would just have that kind of animation that Alpha Buse and that use for their animation style. It's just like looks like one image just keep warping and twisting.
To make it very clear. Oh, sorry, I said that as if I was going to make it very clear. I'm just telling you all to allow me whenever I do. Which may never be never. Who knows? Life's a surprise.
You
Enjoy
did
it.
become more transparent, so...
As far as you can tell, I may become a single, like, milliparent of I don't know the fucking measurement. There's not actually a measurement to transparency. Or maybe there is. Who fucking knows? Anyways, point being, I once ate the Pope's leg.
That sounds like it would give you indigestion.
Mmm.
Can we make it a rule that he's no longer allowed to tell stories?
I
I
find
mean,
them
it
intriguing.
wasn't the Catholic Pope. It was just a man by the name of Pope. But John Pope. God, he had a good tasting leg. I don't even need to eat the legs. I just need to eat the organ.
Yeah.
You just slow braise it. Put it in some clay like it's a turkey leg. put a nice sticker in it.
I know no one else will be able to get this because of Malkavian things, but... Oh, voicing this guy, can we please skip ahead to the pub? He's 3 seconds off putting
Cannibalism,
Dancing Queen
cannibalism,
on for a
cannibalism.
17th time.
Dancing queen, da-da-da-da-da-da, you are the dancing queen.
I'm a big Mamma Mia fan.
No, I get that.
It's fine.
Are you okay, Dion?
Yeah,
Dion's gone insane.
but
Welcome to
too
the
late for
pub.
that. But yeah. So, sorry, something just came up on my feed that was like a paint mixing video, and it like completely dragged my attention for a second. So after a journey across the city, you eventually pull up to Stevenson Square. And Kaz, last time you came to this pub, it was kind of a fairly bustling local stay. Like small music groups would play there.
Hang
There'd
on.
always be customers inside, usually, no matter what time you came. But now it's dark, empty.
You may
Apparently,
have
with
to
its owner
repeat all
gone.
that. My mum was shouting at me at the same time because they're going to bed for a nap.
Last time you were here, the place was bustling. People in and out all the time. Small music groups playing regularly. Now, it's quiet.
A regular
No one
ghost town.
going in and out. No one running the bar. Just a dead pub.
This is not right. This is not how this should be. Where's the life? Where's the...
He's been missing for a while. This is what happens when a pub doesn't have anybody to work in.
Whereas it hasn't been auctioned off yet.
Imagine our friend has something to do with that.
Oh.
You okay, Santa?
Oh yeah, I had to switch to my
there you
phone.
go.
Apologies. Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
It just sounded for a moment like you were speaking through a fishbowl, and it was like,
Oh, I was. Yeah.
but yeah, it would make sense that Anik is probably protecting this. Well, sorry, that Mallory's probably protecting this asset at the moment. So, yeah, it's an empty pub.
Is the door open or is the door unlocked or locked?
If you go up to check, the door is locked.
Zane, get the crowbar.
Don't I have I have something, don't I? That didn't Wolf give me something?
How did I know?
No, I think I'm
The kind of
tripping.
Malkavian doesn't have lock-picking tools.
The kind that isn't Zane because they're Nosferatu.
Yeah, I was about to say one
I
person.
don't have lock picking stuff.
Sorry. Went a little
Okay.
smooth brain there for a second.
It's all right. We still love you. Lillian, crowbar.
This is where I get a freaking crowbar from the carriage.
You get a
There's
crowbar
just
from the
one.
carriage that's made of flesh.
There's just one in the trunk attached to the back. John is always prepared.
As you
Oh.
hand Wolf the crowbar, Wolf's gonna look around the street. Are there houses near the pub?
Yeah,
Is there anybody out and about?
the odd drunk stumbling down an alley.
Ah,
There are only two kind
Wolf's
of
chucking the crowbar through a window.
Just loud crash, and just
And he's using
the window is
he's
now
then
open.
using shape shifting to turn into a dog and crawling through the
Okay.
window. That way if the cops show up, they're gonna go after the people, not the dog.
So yeah, you see Wolf throw the crowbar through the window, turn into a dog, and climb inside.
I see.
We really should be expecting this more often.
No, I expected it wholeheartedly.
Well,
Wolf.
Well, are you going to get the door, or are you just going to make us go through glass?
Bow wow.
I imagine that's exactly what it sounds like as well. It's not dog noises, it's just Wolf saying bow wow.
Meh.
Well,
I think we're going through the window.
seems like it.
I mean, it's not like glass is gonna hurt you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Zane will go through the window.
if I rip my clothing, I'm going to take it out of your hide.
That is something that can get hurt.
That just gives the
Chippy.
implications that your dress is made of hide itself, and therefore, I'm not gonna question this
Just an,
further.
just an eye opens on her dress. Welcome to the world of diseases, by the way. It is a thing
Yeah.
they could do.
But yeah. So you sorry, brain fart. Cooperate, please.
No.
You all climb in through the window. Sadly, your Bruja friend, who probably would have very much enjoyed this anarchy, is not here.
A shame.
Whatever did happen to him?
He got reassigned.
Either that
Bow
or he's
wow.
drunk in a ditch.
Honestly, I could see either working.
Whiff,
What if?
whiff. El pero.
Inu inu.
Imu, imu. Shiki, shiki.
Chop,
Chippy,
chop.
chippy, choppa, chop.
Doobie, doobie, dabba, dabba. Now that's stuck in your head.
You're inside the bar.
Boom, 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 boom.
The lanterns are snuffed. There's now broken glass across the floor, but it looks like a very nice looking bar. Clean seat. Bar is well stocked.
All right,
And
motherfuckers. Here, you all do the job now.
there's a stage at the other side of the room.
Something's definitely off here.
Well, obviously there's a way down into the tunnels somewhere. Let's find that first.
So you're all gonna look around?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I'd like you to roll me a wits plus awareness. Or if you're using any auspex abilities.
I'm going to forgo this simply because I'm currently downstairs. And Wolf did his job.
Yeah.
And Wolf is currently a wolf.
Which would actually give me a bonus to this, but like I said, I'm currently downstairs. And Wolf did his job. And actually, he's a massive black dog with red eyes.
Uh-huh.
Wait, who did you say again?
Awareness. You don't have awareness. I think only Kaz and Wolf have awareness. Discipline.
The awareness isn't a discipline.
Not awareness, auspex.
All specs.
That's what I was.
Give me a second.
Can I ask why auspex? Are any of you us using our disciplines?
That's what I'm asking. If anyone wants to use their disciplines while looking around the bar.
Let me just check what these are. Because it's been a sec.
we
That's not what I meant to do, but I guess it's up there now.
If not, it's wits plus awareness. 2 successes on Lillian.
What's that one do? I'm going to sneak.
Bless you.
Let me check what Sense the Unseen is.
On Zane. What are you trying to look at?
Me specifically? Are you asking?
Leigh.
Oh.
I was just reading what Sense the Unseen is. So there's not sound that there is anything supernatural yet, so it won't make sense to try and do Sense the Unseen, but what I can do is heighten senses, which adds my Auspex rating to all perception rolls.
So, if Dion will allow me a bit of metagaming to correct you there, we are, and you can tell me to shut up when you want, Dion, but we're looking into a vampire's haven. There is many reasons why such things might contain supernatural energies, such as objects or wards or something like that. So since the unseen isn't useless in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
it may not be the best,
But it's
but
not
it
useless.
does have a use, especially if you're looking into a vampire that you know has a magical background, like if he was a Hecate. We don't know that though.
I mean, yeah, but what I would try to say is it's not something that you'd start with this. You go with the basic senses first and then go into that.
That's fair. I just wanted to make it known, though, that since the unseen isn't just sensing like humanoid supernaturals, it can
We
also
do
sense.
know he is a Giovanni.
Yeah, which are, well, would their characters know what a Giovanni is? Because they're one of the more lesser known clans at this point.
No, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe Lillian might have some knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
given her flesh crafting.
Yeah, they both have very similar, although different abilities, very similar backgrounds.
Mm. But for now, it's not too important. You just know that he was a Giovanni. And that this was his bar. So are you using heightened senses?
Yes.
So that would change it from wits plus auspex, I believe.
For heightened senses.
Oh no, it is. It's wits plus resolve.
No, it just
No,
says
that's
adds my
if
Auspex
that's if
rating.
something's. Yeah, you basically just add it to rolls. So it's still wits plus awareness, but add 2 points for more specs.
Wits plus awareness, and then 2 onto that. For an awareness, is that 5? I'm in the wrong chat. I'm currently looking at the museum notes. Så vi roll 5 plus did 1 there done. Success.
1 success. So as you're all snooping around the bar, looking around the different tables, the kind of back room where there's like a pool table set up and a darts board.
The back room.
Pool table?
You're very much all looking around. You don't see anything particularly obvious. Behind the bar, there is a hatch, which you think could probably go down to the cellar where they store the alcohol. But yeah. There isn't anything that you wouldn't expect to find in a bar here right now. Nope.
Hmm.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Everyone was so silent.
Hi, did anybody else's Discord just fucking boop there?
I think so.
Oh,
Gotta love Discord
Alright.
shitting the bed.
Lola,
After
Lola.
after I finished speaking, everyone was just silent.
All right, Lola wants a time of fame. Say what you need to say, Lola. That's Adora. I didn't tell you to say what you needed to say, Adora. You shush.
Fedora wasn't allowed to speak at this time and place.
All right. Sorry about that.
We needed an
Okay.
interjection from DM Lola.
Adora. Move out of the way, Adora. Move out of the way. Adora. Adora. Move out of the way. Adora, get away from the door. Adora.
Sounded like you're going to start singing for a second there.
Thank you, Adora.
Get out of the
There.
door.
Hey, good girl. Good girl. Okay. We're still a dog, so bow wow, woof, woof.
Yeah.
Bajork,
Yippee
bajork.
yippee
So you don't find anything too out of place. Like I said, there is a hatch beneath behind the bar that leads down into probably a cellar of some kind. That probably where they store alcohol.
Let's see how it's up here. It just looks like it's downwards. Downwards we go.
Hmm.
Yes.
Downwards we go then.
So you lift the hatch and walk down into the cellar. Down there are various kegs, crates of bottles, everything you kind of expect in a bar cellar. After a brief glance around, you don't see any other doors.
Nothing that could appear to be any hidden buttons or anything.
Wits plus awareness.
What's plus awareness? I believe. Suk.
One success. Remember, you only do one hunger.
Yeah.
You don't find any like hidden levers or buttons or things like that.
Fuck.
Zane, Kaz, are you two doing anything while you're down here?
Zane will be looking around to see if there's anything more detailed that you would miss on first glance.
What was that, sorry?
Zane will be also like looking for more detailed stuff that you wouldn't see on first glance, so looking a bit closer. Just
So
around.
roll me another wits plus awareness.
Do we know how long this one's been missing? Do any of us recall that? Because if they're still
No, I don't
potentially
have
here, I could try and
information
listen
on
out
such
for them.
That was not a question you asked.
Right, whose job was it to ask that question and didn't do so? Oh, probably mine.
It was Zane's!
It was mine.
I knew it.
Darn Zane.
Hey, at least we've got the bar. The most important place for a teenager like me.
You're a teenager?
Well, I am in real life.
So,
Only for 2 more years.
Don't say that.
given the type of vampire, where would I put my entrance to my home?
Keeping in mind this is probably a different type of vampire than you are, so
I know. We were told what kind of vampire they were.
Mm-hmm. If you want to try and glean any more information, Ranna, so you're probably about the only one that has any insight into the Giovanni apart from Wolf, who probably knows who they are more. I'll
Let's-
need intelligence plus occult.
Eight and a 5.
Two successes. So, Giovanni are... Sorry.
Fine.
They are one of the Necromancer clan. The ones who... Sorry, my brain is like flatlining a little bit.
Going smooth brain.
A little.
I think we're all having that bit of issue at the moment today.
Yeah. It doesn't help that the upstairs in my house is a bit like a furnace.
Yeah.
While they are... It's one of the younger clans. But less than less a clan, they're more of a family. And they embrace almost exclusively within their family. Generally, really like garnering money and necromantic power. They are brain.
Brain says no.
Santa stole your brain when he got up.
But yeah, they're very talented necromancers. Probably very good at hiding things.
They're basically magical mafiosos that drink people's blood and then uses the corpse as puppets.
Yes.
Hmm.
In other
So, like-
words, bow wow, woof woof.
Yippee oh yippee yay.
So if we're going off mafioso stuff, it's probably really annoyingly elaborate to get into their place.
So it's Giovanni's we're dealing with, and we're trying to get into their place.
You wouldn't be surprised if there were some wards or spells
Hmm.
involved.
Have you
So we
tried?
need to find some place with the most magical concentration.
Have you tried looking behind the signs?
Behind the signs. Hmm. I'll check behind the signs.
There is nothing behind the signs.
Nothing.
Damn it, the game lied to me.
You're trying to find his haven, not a secret vault.
Hey, it's the first place you fought him in the game. You go into the rocket corner, you look behind the sign, and you go down. You find Giovanni.
It's not that, Giovanni. So yeah.
We found the hidden Giovanni. Oh shit, he sent out a vampire Rhyhorn.
I'm sorry, I just saw one of the nicknames they're given.
What, the
The
Giovanni?
the necro ancestral mafioso.
In their
Well,
original edition, it was heavily implied that they commit incest.
I,
That has since been removed. Editions.
I was
I
about to
know, but it's on their thing.
I was about to say if Lillian noted what she knew about the Giovannis, Kaz would have gone, so they do like to keep it in the family. I'd heard rumours. But now that's just been like, yeah, no, that is literally what it was. It's like,
That was the old lore. It's no longer allowed.
Giovanni's, no, stop that.
Bad.
Back Giovanni's.
But
Oh,
Lillian, you do know that the Giovannis are kind of on their way out of England. Like, they've been slowly kind of moving away.
This is Manchester by night, not Sweet Home Alabama.
No, I just saw it on their list of nicknames and was like,
Anywho,
But yeah. You won't be surprised if there's any kind of warding or spell work involved in hiding this place. You know, one person who could give you access very easily, but you'd have to give her something else in trade. Or figure out how to get in yourselves.
Dion really wanted us to go back and tell Zane.
I'm just saying, you do know someone who can get you in very easily.
Yeah.
Look, we need help going into this place. We know you really like Zane. Now, how much help can we get off you for a tow?
How much help could we get off of you for just a small rental fee?
Congrats, Zane. You have now officially become. I'm not even finished in that line. Fuck that noise.
So,
I guess if we're all struggling, I can attempt it.
Attempt it.
Premonition. See if I can force one to see if I know where they're getting in or out.
That would be most helpful.
Alright.
above game, because I think you've overlooked it. There is something else you can do. And it's the thing we were talking about. Probably not yet.
Alright, I'm going to sense the unseen. That's what my premonition has just told me.
It's not your premonition. I'm just kind of like
Oh, I
giving
know,
you
but
that hint.
I needed a way to word it in, given I said I was going to do a premonition and then changed it to sense the unseen. Kaz is saying all this in character, by the way. She is
You're
looking up. She's
you're a
even saying
fucking
all this.
Malkavian. You're
She is.
Sorry, I
you're a
think I,
fucking Malkavian. You could pull a rabbit out of your hat and people wouldn't care.
I think I just had. What's the Victorian equivalent of like a short circuit? A brief fluctuation in the gas lamp. I'm going to sense the unseen.
Okay. So you sense the unseen. Oh. Even leak.
Was I?
Just having a look.
Oh. Fuck. I'm not tired. You're tired.
Darn straight, I have all-wheel drive.
Okay. So as your senses adjust and shift to be able to see past the veil, right across from the room from you on a wall is the outline of a door with sigils around the edges.
There. There's a door right there. Sorry, what was that last part? I see like a door with sigils?
Mm-hmm.
There's a door right there. It's surrounded by sigils, though.
So possibly booby-trapped is what I'm hearing.
Most likely. I don't have the magical know-how to know what those mean. Unless I do and I've just overlooked that.
I don't think Kaz has too much to do with the occult. She has like 1 point in occult. You can attempt an intelligence plus occult to see if you know anything about these sigils.
Let's see, intelligence plus occult intelligence is 2. Occult is 1, so that'd be a 3. So slash V roll 3. Plus the hunger, because we always do a hunger. Even when it's not applicable, we always do a hunger. That is 2 successes.
Very good. Now, Kaz, you don't have a lot of know-how, but there is something there, shifting in your vision. Almost like an after image. And as you kind of walk up, you kind of trace it. And then the door, after you trace the after image, the door becomes visible to all of you.
Oh, that's nifty.
Wow, wow, woof, woof.
Yippee oh yippee oh.
Must you stay in dog form?
Ribbit, ribbit.
I imagine he says that while still in dog form.
So yeah. The door is now visible to all of you.
Well, let's carefully open the door then.
I mean, if they were that paranoid to put up something like this in the first place, they're definitely going to have trapped it.
Who has a ward at his place is just sitting there, waiting to see if this place also has a ward.
This place also has a ward. It's not on this side of the door.
No, because why would it be? You got to put that ward on the other side of the door to catch people out.
Look, last time Kaz made others go instead of her. This time Wolf was making Kaz go instead of him.
Go on, Zane. It's your turn. You're the sneaky boy.
Do what you do best.
Can't believe Zane's given us the silent treatment over this.
Very sulky.
Rebecca, you good?
Sorry, I'm eating a barney bear.
You're eating a what?
My mouth was full. A barney bear.
Barney bear.
Yeah, it's like a little
Yes,
cake.
a barney bear.
Okay.
It's a cake with a bit of cream in it, shaped as a bear.
Oh, that's cute. I immediately thought of Barney the dinosaur, but that's cute.
Is it Cat opening the door, you said?
No, we were saying you do what you do best and sneak in.
Touch the
I can
door,
do that.
Zane. You know you want to.
I don't want to.
You're the sneaky boy. You're going to have the best chance of us.
That is true. I'm gonna touch the door. Very reluctantly.
Zane gently opens the door.
Gets pulled in.
No! No! I quietly open the door.
Zane, as you press your palm, are you just touching it or are you going to handle?
I'm gonna touch it first.
As you put your hand to it, the wood is cold and doesn't at first glance seem to be a threat. You're kind of just there with your palm flat against it, waiting. At least from this side, as far as you can tell. It's not going to blow you up.
He is then gonna slowly open the door.
So you reach down and grab the brass handle. Slowly pushing the handle down to open it. And as you do, just because of what you are, I'd like you to make me a wits plus awareness.
Oh, oh!
It's a
Actually,
messy
no,
critical. That's good.
I thought that was bad because it was red.
No, no, it's good. It's fine. But as you open it, you're about to pull it open when you feel tension. Just a tiny bit tension as you pulled it.
Okay, Zane is gonna stop there because that's probably a trap, and he's gonna let everyone else know that there's tension on this door.
Like a cross your fingers, sorry, try to.
None of what Leigh just said.
Like
No.
Oh no, that's because I stopped. Like, my brain actually derped. I was trying to think of itself. So they're going like and Kaz just starts snapping her fingers as she tries to call. She just goes like trip line, something like that. Pressure plate.
Potentially, I just felt it and immediately stopped. How open is the door at this point, may I ask?
Not very open.
So I can't really see anything through.
No. The moment you started pulling it, you felt the tension.
Okay. I've not got much to go off here since the door isn't very open, but there's definitely tension. There's something.
Hmm. So we need a way for someone to get in with that small crack and disable it from the other side, yes?
Yes.
Everyone, please follow my lead in turning our gaze towards our shape-shifting friend here. I do realize I say that and then realize two people could qualify for this.
There are 2 shapeshifters in your party.
Exactly. We're gonna have to choose. Do we go with the one that goes with the animal or the one that can stretch? I'd say the one that can go with the animal because I don't think you can get eyes on that hand, Lillian.
Bold of you to, so.
Can you get an eye on your hand?
Wolf will transform back to a person. Go on, Lillian.
I was honestly going to recommend Wolf.
Wolf transforms back into a person.
You know, I can't turn it smaller than the dog, right?
You quite literally just rivet.
Riveting doesn't mean he can turn into
That's
it.
not transformation.
No,
You
but I
did
do.
too.
I do remember something that you can do.
What?
You've got little small friends you can communicate with now.
I'm not putting them in danger.
they wouldn't be in danger.
Oh, no, but it's a dark, scary place. I think they'd be in danger.
They're nocturnal.
After all. After all, well, so are you, and you didn't like the dark, scary place that you thought you'd be in danger at.
That's because I can't fit through that small gap.
Ah, woe be upon thee. Go with the Tazim. They can move their eyes, you know.
Lillian,
Yes. Shall I
what you
see if
doing?
I can squeeze through the door crack? It's enough to see in, though, correct?
Not quite.
Hmm.
Basically, as soon as Zane started pulling it open, he felt the tension.
How flush is the door to the floor?
Pretty damn flush. This is meant to be a secure place. You can't,
Huh.
like, peek through. You can probably get something very narrow through.
I was thinking of the very narrow, but I was figuring out how thin or how stretched I'd have to become.
Probably have to become rather thin.
Fucking paper thin, right through the bottom of the door.
Well, probably going through that crack would be easier than going through the bottom.
True.
Lillian had become 2D.
I imagine that I will need to roll a protein.
Oh God, did anyone did anyone else just get flashbacks to Who Framed Roger Rabbit with that idea?
Nah. Still hate the helium, man.
Hmm.
Right.
Remember me, Zane?
Remember
What do you want me to roll with that, though?
Oh, I opened the wrong thing. Vistitude is the one, right?
Uh, is that the one?
Sculpt
Yep.
the body, flesh of bodies, changes to their bodies. Resolve plus protein.
Resolve plus protein.
And you need to make a rouse check.
Railroads fight the power.
Where the hell? There's resolve. Okay. So that's 5. And a rouse check. I just need to put 1 die in for the rouse check, right?
You should just be able to do slash rouse.
Okay, so just roll the thing first and then slash rouse.
Slash V rouse.
Mm.
And you should just be able to click it and it does it. So that's 4 successes. And your hunger does not increase.
Good.
Um, so, as this states, for every success, you can make a change.
And you said I got 4?
4.
So technically I could get both my arms, my head, and my torso through the door.
Or you could slip through, change it to an eye, or change it to teeth, or change it to.
So slip one arm through, change it to have eyes so I can see. Can I reserve the other two changes just so that I can observe what exactly is on the other side of the door first?
I'll allow you to have a quick glance, but then you have to make your changes.
Right. What do I see?
As you kind of, your eye opens on the other side of the door, you do indeed. Oh.
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 As you peek in, ahead of you, you see what is essentially a corridor. And there is a body, a man, stood at the end, watching the door.
Is that
Whether
the
he's
source
noticed
of
you or not.
tension?
Oh no, as you kind of look, you see there is wire attached to several canisters strapped around the door.
Ah. Okay. And the guy at the end of the hallway, he doesn't look like the dude that technically our associate's looking for it, does it?
You don't know.
Don't know.
You don't know what
Fair enough.
Samson looks like.
Fair point. So if I haven't been noticed yet,
He doesn't. If he's noticed you, he's not reacting to you.
cool. I would like to disable the canisters because that would be most unfortunate. So
How?
I imagine I have probably going to make some sort of snipping tool with my fingers.
Like bone snippers.
Yeah. That gives me one more thing that I can change into. And how close is my arm to the canisters?
When you slid through, you clearly slid between two.
Ah,
They're all around the door.
so if I'm close enough to the canisters, then I won't really need to change anything lengthwise. Can I blend my flesh a little bit more into the door so that he doesn't notice me tampering with the canisters?
I'll allow you to change it so it's the same color as the door.
That works. Now, given that I am a bit of a tech whiz as well as a crafting kind of person, how could I go about getting these pulled apart without blowing the canisters?
1 second. Oh, pardon.
You okay?
Yeah.
What you saying that out loud to everyone?
Oh, she would definitely be mentioning the canisters, but she's also got that look of, how can I take care of this without fucking something up?
So, if you're trying to figure out I'll allow you to make me. It's gonna be a good roll for you anyway. An intelligence plus craft. Your two highest stats.
Yep. Yep.
That's actually pretty that's pretty low for a.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I am gonna get a little hungrier, I think.
That doesn't. You've
That's not
not.
what that does. Oh, hold on, never mind. That's my brain, smooth brain, ignore me.
That's only if you get a bestial failure.
Ah, okay.
You haven't got a bestial failure.
Hmm.
So, as you. The quickest way you can think is just to snip the wire connected to the door.
Suppose that would
Connected
be
to the handle, essentially. Because it seems to be a mechanism where when the door is pulled open, it triggers whatever this is.
So it's more of a pull than a release. So
Mhm.
we're going to snip it, I suppose.
So snipping the wire seems like the quickest way to disarm it, but you don't know what's in the canisters.
Right. Everybody step back from the door just in case.
Yep.
Let's hope that snipping this will actually disarm it and not blow everything to shit. Pardon my French. I snip the wire.
You snip the wire. There's no explosion.
No hiss of gas release.
Nope.
Alright. So there's one individual at the end of the hallway. They didn't notice me tampering with that. I don't know what's in the canisters, so just be aware of that. And
Just someone at the end of the corridor. Did you just?
yes, they're watching the door. They didn't notice me slip my hand in.
What does this person look like?
What did that person look like?
He's a very tall, kind of hunched figure. Not a pretty man by any standard of the word.
Oh God, it might be a relative of mine.
His
Are we talking
eyes. Hmm?
we're talking vampire ugly, we're not talking like John adjacent type situation, are we?
You don't know from this distance. He's just very ugly.
Very
Um,
ugly.
and as you are staring at him, his eyes are void of any sort of independent thought. He seems to just be watching the door.
Have we had no feelings of like our minds and like our beasts with potential being like scared away?
No. But
Okay.
then your beast isn't really scared of much.
Mm.
Perhaps our musical friend can hear if he's actually an individual.
That's a good point.
You want me to try and keep an ear out? See if I can hear out?
Yes, before we open the door, because I feel like the moment the door opens is when he's going to act. Whatever that act may be.
As you hear nothing on the other side of that door.
I'm not hearing any instruments.
Hmm.
Are you gonna open the door?
What if we make it look like the door has magically opened by itself? And by that I mean everyone else gets away and I camouflage into the surroundings and open it so then it looks like there's no one here. Just in case.
I suppose we could go invisible on the other side of the door.
Or we just open it and say hello.
You're more than welcome to do that.
No, I don't think it's my style.
How about you, Wolf? Is it more
Use
your style?
BRB.
Oh yeah, that's right. Off in his own little head.
So are we going with the plan of being stealthy?
Stealth
Or are you
plans.
just gonna open the door?
In favor of stealthy, say aye.
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 Okay, we've got
Oh, rouse check, Zane.
I'm hungry.
And you two, I need you to make me a composure plus stealth.
Cloak of Shadow, Silence of Death.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Which one though? So I don't think we can have both up at the same time. Oh no, Cloak of Shadows requires it to be stood perfectly still.
Oh yeah, I don't need them
So
both.
Silence of Death would work.
So you're both using silence of death.
Mm.
I still want the check from you.
What's the check?
Oh yeah, we'll still need to physically move.
Composure plus stealth.
Five again.
Two successes.
Three
Three
successes.
successes. Zane, I also want one from you. While you're camouflaged, it's
Yeah.
composure plus
Roll
stealth.
was it? Okay. There.
Um, as you stealthily open the door, pulling it open, there's no movement, no sound of movement from in the hall. There's just
Oh,
quiet. Go on.
how far away is this person?
About
Just
10 foot.
curious.
There's a door down at the other side of this small corridor. He is stood in front of that door.
Oh god, it's like Spooky House of Jump Scares Kamari Hospital. That's what it reminds me of. Just the
I'm back.
cabin hand dude.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Oh,
back. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
You mean the security guard?
Yeah, that is just standing there completely vacant, then suddenly comes to life part way through. It reminds me of that a little bit.
So yeah, there's no sound of movement from in the corridor.
Okay.
You want to bet that's going to start up as soon as we enter?
So
Is there any? Is it just a straight corridor? There's nothing else here except for this person and that door. That's all we can see.
yep.
We're just gonna have to walk.
Walking over the best.
Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, but be on guard. Get ready to fucking slap the shit out of this person if they even try.
The wind just gently blows his hand so it waves slightly. Just Zane runs up to it. Massive slap around the
Bitch
face.
slap into next year. Zane will take a single step forward now because
And as you step into the corridor, that first step, we're gonna end for this week because my brain is really trying to not play ball.
the cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Flying ball, it's just not catching anything.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger for 2
It's
weeks.
plain throw and drop.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this week.
Most definitely. Sorry I had to dip
have.
out there towards the end.
No, it's okay.
If you all enjoyed our Vampire the Masquerade game, please stick around and enjoy our Devil Darlings game. If you enjoyed the Devil's Darling game and the Vampire the Masquerade game, please head over to the Chocobos Keepers for Echoes Through the Past. From the past. Through the past or from the past?
Yes.
Yes, one of those two.
Goes
Yes.
past.
And if you enjoy that, well, congratulations. You enjoyed a couple games. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you kindly. That's that.
North Star
Trust
Plunder or
Bucket,
Sirens
it
Through the
come
Fog
through.
over on Spotify?
Those aren't updated anymore. Sorry,
I mean, to be fair,
Star Club
neither is
hasn't been
Echoes of the
updated in a while.
Past.
Fair. So yeah, never mind them.
Sure you don't mean Pyramid City?
We don't record that.
Pyramid City isn't. We don't record Pyramid City.
Don't know why I thought we did.
So stay
New
tuned
system.
here for Devil Darlings and other sessions of Manchester by Night. And any other gameplay videos that comes out here and wherever we want to. We really need to get back to Spookies, Rebecca. We've been meaning to do so for ages.
Yes,
We just
we
haven't.
do. We need to get back to Spookies.
You can spook if you want to.
We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye.